would like to talk on how we download imagery from EarthExplorer from USGS. And on this one, we're going to just talk about how do we download Landsat imagery. You can see here, you go to your disk and go to USGS here, and then one, you must have an account with them. Having an account means that you need to have an account. So in this aspect, if you go to USGS, you need to create an account. How do you create an account? You just go in there and then go to create an account here. And when you create an account here, so you fill in, you continue, and then you enter the rest of the information, you should be able to have an account. But if you have already have an account like me, you just need to log in. And in logging in, you can see here I've already entered my own password here, and this is my username, and this is the system here. So in this way, you just need to click on sign in with USGS password. If you have a passkey, you put it. If not, you go ahead and log in. Now for you can view imagery when you don't have an account. You can view imagery when you don't have an account, and then but once it is for you to download, you need to log in because they want to know who is using their data. Now the first thing I want to show is, you can see the base map here. Here is the search criterion, dataset, additional, and result. Here you can see my account login. This is my own basket where I put in items, help, feedback. You can see the canvas layer here. You can change it to a 3 world image if you're interested in satellite. You can also change it to a national map if you're interested in this. You can also change it from street map view if you want to see the boundary of the country, as you can see here. So we are interested in going to Africa, so we move down to Rwanda here. And you see here in Rwanda, you can see the base map of Rwanda. So you can make it maybe S3 vector, whichever one that you will be able to see the Rwanda shape file well. So this is where you are. Now there are several ways you can download. You can download using path and row. Every satellite image you have a tile that it have. Those tiles are what we use in downloading them. So for what I know, but I'm not sure, but I will check later, Rwanda is located in 2 tiles. So if you want to use the entire Rwanda shape satellite imagery, you are subjected to download to have 2 size, that is half of it and another one. So it is located in 2 tiles. Now in Landsat data, but at the same time, you can also maybe I want to focus on Kigali City, you will also get the Kigali City one. So how do you actually get the shape download satellite image? Once you log in and do what the procedures I've explained before, you can start by using this geocoder here. This is a geocoder. If you have the path and row of Rwanda, you can just enter the path and row of Rwanda. If you don't know, you can also do the same thing. This is how you can enter path and row. The second option is by using polygon. How? If you go to polygon here, you just need to go to using this polygon here, and then you can click on this particular way. So you can see the way I'm clicking here. I'm interested in Kigali City. Using the base map, I can get the Kigali City. So you can see Kigali City have been covered. This is the location I'm interested, and you can see here it have added the coordinate based on the polygon. Now I will clear it. The third method is by using circle. I will click on it and click on the center point here straight, and I can now tell what is the center, what is the radius. I can say 1000 meters. So I will click apply, and that's going to show me 1000 meters within the place I click. So you can see here showing me 1000 meters between the place I click. So this is the Rwanda here, and you can see the 1000 meters. If it is 2000, then I can also put it 5000 meters. I can change it from meter to kilometer depending on what I want. I will click apply, and you can see 5000 meters or 5 kilometers radius from the point I put. That is the first method. Then we have predefined here. If you have your shape, okay. Then another way is by having the GeoJSON or shapefile. Now I'm going to only work with what either GeoJSON or shapefile or KMZ. So for this, you can also go to the Google Earth if you have Google Earth. So you go here, let's say this is the place you want to work on, and if you don't know this, let's say this point, I put point A is the place I want to get. So this is the point A that I put on, and I need to get the point here. So I can simply put this point this way, get the coordinate, and you can see the coordinate in longitude and latitude here. I will copy the latitude, return back to my browser. Under here, I put circular here. Well, searching with circular, I can just put the latitude here. You can see this is the latitude, and I will return back to Google Earth. Also do the same thing, copy, do the longitude as well, paste it here, Then I'll click what is the radius, so let me say 10 kilometers, and I can also change it to kilometer. Click apply. With this, I should be able to get the radius of what I want here. So you can see the radius of that point. The second method is, if I'm interested in a particular place, I can go ahead. Let's say I'm interested in changes that happen here, for example. I can go ahead and click path here and say, let me put it area of interest, Kigali, and then I'll go here and drag the polygon here, and here, for example. Then I'll click OK. Then once it's done, you can see it here. I'll right click and go to save file. So I'm going to put it in download. You can see it here, and I will save it. Then I will return back here, and then I will go to GeoJSON, change this thing here. Make sure that it is limited within 500 points. So if the point around what you created is more than 500, then it's not going to work. So I will change it to KML file, because it's the KML file I put in Google Earth. Then I will return here, and then I will say I will now go down to download. Then you can see the Kigali AOG that I put here, and I will open. Now that's going to load like this, and you can see it loaded here. So this is the area of interest. I can close it. So now this is a place you can predefine your area of interest, either by point, either by coordinate, either by KML file, either by polygon, either by circle, or predefine. So this is the way you navigate to your area of interest. So this is the first step, which we are still under search. Then down here is the date range. Now, one thing I want you to know is that the satellite imagery you download depends on what you are looking for. So what I mean by depending on what you are looking for is that I'm going to say, let me just say band combination, because that's what combination of Landsat 8. You see here that, let me use to GIS Geo, because that's where I can explain it faster. Now, if you're interested in Landsat of 2008, you cannot find it in Landsat 8, because Landsat 8 was launched about later. Let's say Landsat dates launches. Let's say the days we launched Landsat. Oh, I did not put Landsat. But if you look here, you see that this is what I'm trying to look at. So let me put it Landsat well. Date launches, date of mission. Yeah. So on a quick one, let's go to Wikipedia program, so we can have all the date launch. So this will help you know which of the imagery date you are going to select. There are different dates that there are different date launch. Like you can see, Landsat 1 was launched in 1978. This is 72. You can see here. Then Landsat 2 was launched in 1975, 78, 82, 84. Then 93, Landsat 6. Landsat 7 was launched in 1999. Landsat 8 was launched in February 2003, and Landsat 9 was launched in 27 September 2021. So what it means is that if you are looking for Landsat, you are looking to download imagery of 2008, you can be looking for it in this Landsat 7, because 2008 is within Landsat 7. If you look for 2008 imagery by selecting Landsat 8, you can't find it, because it is 2008 that you are looking for. So this is the way you get it done, get it known. So if you are looking for image of 2020, I can find it between Landsat 8 or Landsat, only Landsat 8, because Landsat 9 was launched in 2021. I can't find it. But if I'm looking for image of 2023, like last 2 years ago, I can look for it in Landsat 8 or Landsat 9, because this is the post date it was launched. So if you look here, you can see the timeline, and if you go down here, you can also know the band combination, so which we are going to talk about later. But you can see here, when we'll be talking about spectral, spatial, radiometric, and temporal. So every information you need is here, because this is the spatial resolution, this is the spectral resolution, this is the spectral resolution, this is radiometric resolution. So you will get to know all these things. But what you just need to know is that this is the date. If you are looking for 2013, they ask you to do land use changes in 5 years interval from 2014, 2020, 2019, and 2024. So you should be able to know that I'm looking for it within Landsat 8 or Landsat 9, depending on the mission or data I need to collect. So now that takes us to the date. Now if I'm looking for 2015 imagery, so I can now go here and search between 2015. So I will go here to open up January. I will go to 1st January, and I will say 2025 here, so I will put it in 2015. So go here, search for 2015. Then I'm looking for it only in 2015. I will go here. I will also put December here. and I'll put 2015 because that's in 2015 that I want to search for. So, oh sorry, this is 2025, so make it 215, and then so that you will be able to see 2015 here. So 215 December 31st. So I want to look for imagery of 215. This is the first way I can get it. If I'm interested in a specific month, I will put it in this specific month here. So I will check the specific month you can see here. Now this is the date range. If I want to look for data of 215 to 225, I will change this one now to 225. So that means every data I'm going to look for is between 225. Then the next thing to check again is cloud cover. A cloud cover is very important because when the cloud cover the whole place, you won't be able to see the imagery. So in that way, if you can reduce your cloud cover even up to 5%, as you, if possible, reduce that. So I'm dragging up to 5% for me. That's okay. Then the next thing is you go to the data, click on data tab. Now in data tab, we have different data tab here. You have UAS, you have radar, you have, if you open radar, you can see everything that have to do with radar. Digital elevation model, you can see national ad. Commercial satellite, you can see Iconis, web view. You go to this one, you see different data, but we're interested in Landsat. So I'm going to open up for Landsat. Now there are different other Landsat collection, them and rest of them, but we're interested in Landsat level 2. Collection 2 level 1, so you can see level collection level 1. Now I am interested in 2015, so I am not going to be looking for Landsat 7. Remember what I showed you here, that Landsat 7 was launched here, so I will be interested in getting the Landsat here because I believe that this is better. Landsat 8, I'm looking for 215, and this is here. So if I look for Landsat in Landsat 9, that means I'm not getting the whole things right. So in this way, I'm just looking for it in Landsat 8 because I am interested in 2015. Now this is done here. This is additional information. Additional information is if you have any other thing you want to put here, like identifier or rest of them, so you can go ahead and put the identifier here. Remember, if you want me to give a satellite imagery, I can give you a satellite imagery by getting the identifier, and I will come in here and I will paste it here. Like for example, if I'm looking for this, it was the last imagery I searched, and I can just give you this link. You come here straight to paste it, and it will give you the right imagery. You just stick to check only Landsat 8 because I'm interested in 2015. But if I'm interested in 2008, that means I need to check for Landsat 7. But since I'm not interested in 2008, I'm interested in 2015, which this was launched in February, so that means it is still active. So you can see here, the active means it is still there. So in that way, I can go ahead and then get this imagery. So in that, I'll go to check Landsat 9. Then the next thing is I will click on search result, and that's going to roll like this a bit, and it's going to give me all the imagery that intersected with. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know the difference between the Landsat correction level 1 and the level 2, I think.
Okay,
The difference between.
yeah, I will explain that when we'll be doing I will explain that. I just want to show you this, but I will explain that when we are doing when we'll be doing the classification. But anyway, I will give you one example and I will explain that, but I will explain that in details. Yeah. So if you look here, one example to what you asked me is when you check Landsat 15 here, one thing I want to say, I will explain that in details because I don't want this to be long. Yeah. If you go to Landsat level 1, Landsat level 2, yeah, there are difference between them. So you can always check here to see the info. But one of the primary example is that one of them does not have panchromatic, which is band 8, and one of them have it. And the one that have panchromatic is level 1. Like I said, I'm going to explain that in detail. But now I just want us to focus on this. Then I will tell you the difference between them. You just have to download them. Yeah, I will give you every details you need to know about them. But nevertheless, if you want to know everything about the imagery or the archive or why it is like that, so this is where you get it here. So you need to know each of the details about them. Yeah, but like I said, I didn't want this to get longer because explaining them is expanding much. Yeah, so we stick here. The reason why I'm sticking here is because this Landsat collection 2 has panchromatic. So I'm unchecking this. If I go down to result here, then you can see here that if you expand this and then you go to download here and you go to this option, you can see that we have band 8 here, which is panchromatic. Now I will explain that in details later, but I just want to show you steps on how you are going to get this downloaded. So when you get here, you see now that this imagery is here. So if you click on the part here, you will be able to get the footprint here. So if you click on this, this is going to show you the footprint. Now what I mean by tiles is when you click on each of them, you will be able to understand what I mean by tiles. Example, if I click on this foot, you can see this is a tile 1. So if you click on the next foot, this is where the tile is located. So this is what I mean by tiles, like I was trying to say. Now on this, I don't need these tiles because I need to look at this imagery. So if you look at this imagery, you can see the imagery here. So if I click on the tile, you can see that this part I'm looking for cover the area of interest. You can see the place of interest here. So you cannot download only simple displays, you only download them by tile. So if you look here, you see that this particular location is located within this tile. So if you need anything to do within these tiles, get this imagery here. Now if you scroll down a bit, you can also see the tile here. Look at another tile that is located here. From here we have 3 pages, so I'm going to the next pages of page 2. And when I go to the next page of page 2, you see here that we have another stamp in here. So you can see this imagery. Click on it, you can see the tile here. So you can see this one is located in the upper tile here. Then look at this one as well. You can see this one is located where they are located. So you can see this tile of Rwanda here and here. So that means if you need to download another one again, you also need, if you want to do the entire classification of Rwanda, you need to download the tile that will cover here. So it's about 4 of them that will cover entire Rwanda, because if you take this tile and row. So now look at the pattern row I was talking about, which is, you can see this is 172 and 68 in this particular side. Now as you see this imagery, if I want to see the way it shows, so I need to click on this one, which is to show the browse overlay. So when you click on the browser overlay, so it is going to load the imagery for you, so you're able to see how it is contained. Now this takes me back a bit to explain cloud cover. Now here I'm going back a bit here, and then I'm going to click on search, and I'm going to return back to cloud cover, and I'm going to increase cloud cover to 100. So when I click cloud cover to 100 and click on result, you're going to see more imagery. Here you see before that we had this particular one here 10. You can see 10 here, before it was 3. Now what do I mean by cloud cover? Let me start with this one. You see this one is located here, this part. Now let's look at the print here, and you can see that they have so much cloud cover. Now you can see this is there's so much cloud cover, so which you won't probably be able to use this imagery for, whichever use you are going to use it, because there is so much cloud cover covering the whole location. And not just only that, if you go through here and then go to the metadata and you scroll down here, you can see here somewhere here that the cloud cover is about 32.6, meaning this is high. The cloud cover is 32.6. Now we will talk about this identification later, but this will tell you which day was this imagery downloaded or captured. But if you look here, you can see that is in the part of 173 row 64, and this was captured on the day of 15th, that is 24 November 2015. So this, I'm going to explain this code, these things for you. This is level 1, top 11, and then this is Landsat 8, which you can see here. So all this code, and you get to understand this in details. So to return back to downloading my imagery, so I'm going to go down here, and then I'll reduce this thing that was reduced down to 5, so that I can have better imagery that does not have land cover on it. So drag a bit 5, and I'm going to click on result, and that's going to reset for me and give me this part here. So now you go down here, you can see this. If you go to the metadata here, click on it and scroll down a bit, you will be able to see that here on the cloud cover here, you see that we have 0.4% of the cloud cover. So this is better. If you check this one here, let's see the cloud cover percentage. You go down a bit, you can see here on the cloud cover we have 5%, 5.07%. So that means this is better than this one, depending on the location. Let's go to next, and when we click on this one, go to metadata as well. Let's check the cloud cover, and let's see how it looks. So this is how it looks. So if you go to cloud cover, we have the cloud cover here is 0.6%. That is 0.6%. So this is also better. Let's go to the last part. So you can select your image per se or per like this. So we go down here, you see this one, so let's click on this one here, and then let's check the percentage here. So you go here and you can see the cloud cover, the way it looks. So let's look at the percentage. So we look here and it is about 1.7 cloud cover percent. So how do you download? Once you get this done, we are going to explain details about the imagery and how we are going to use them, but for now it's just for you to download. For me, when I'm downloading, if I have something in mind, if I just only you need if I only need the aspect of if I only need the aspect of, maybe I want to do NDVI, but let me just say band combination again of Landsat 8. I used to do this. For me, I don't really, sometimes if I want to download, I don't have time to spend in download much imagery. So you can see here in Landsat 8, for example, here we have, if I need natural color, I need band 4 to 3 and 2 here, which is what we have here a bit. We'll go into that. So if I need something in natural color, I will just go and download this band. If I need something to do with NDVI, I'll just go and download band 5 and band 4 to do my NDVI. If I need something to do with bathymetry or geology or agriculture, I'll go and download that band. But in this case, you will download all of them. We explore them because we're going to do band composite and then do our rest of things. So in that way, in downloading, in basket, you can put them in basket, which is what I showed us earlier, or you can go ahead and click on download here. In download, you have option to download the image differently. Like I said, I can just go here for me and select here. Since I need 432, I will download band 4, band 3 and band 2 and use it for what I needed, because I just needed to download, this is 86, 80 and 77. I just needed to download this imagery alone, this simple band, because that's what I need it for. But if I need to download all of them, I will just go ahead and click here to download. So once you click here and you have signed in, automatically this is going to download the Landsat that you have selected for you. Else, if you're interested in NDVI like me, if I'm interested in NDVI using Landsat, so I don't need to go and download everything. So I'll just come here and download band 5 and band 4 only. So this will be 91 plus 86. So that's the total size of MB that is going to use. But if I'm interested in all of them, like I want to change the band, so I will go ahead and click here and it's going to download in zip folder. Also, pancometric, from what Balak asked, we are going to talk about it. But if you look at, you see that band 8, which is pancometric, has the biggest size. So I will explain why it is bigger than every other one when we get there, and why is the size bigger than the rest of other data. So simply, once you get this done, the image will be downloaded for you. And if you are interested in the entire Rwanda, another imagery, you can do the same thing I did. Like if you click here, you see the stamp. If I need to download something that have to do with Eastern Province and Western Southern Province at the same time, so it means I need to download 2 images. Let me see where this one stamp is. So okay, it's on the same place. Let me return back to page 2. Let me change to page 2 and see if I can see another imaging that is on the other side. You can also get this here. Okay, this is still up here. Where is this one? Part 2. Okay, the part and row is on the same place. This is 61, 60. Okay, this is a different one. So you can see here. So I can decide to download these two if I need to do something that have to do with the southern province here and Eastern province here. So I can download these two, mosaic them together, and then use them as one imagery. So we'll talk about mosaicing later. But if I need imagery that have to do with Eastern province and the Southern province like this, or even if I need the entire Rwanda, that means I also need to download imagery that cover this place and cover this one. But if it is a small place like the way I highlighted this area, so that means you can either download this one this way or download this one this way. And this is the overlap that shows that both imagery have end or side lap. So this is how you can download this thing using Landsat on EarthExplorer, which is USGS EarthExplorer.